Okay, this is KISS, Keep It Simple Survival, abcd.com, always be creating destiny. I'm going to be standing up for this one, only because I like to. And we're going to do take 2, or 3, whichever one it is. I'm out here again in the middle of the Arizona desert. It's beautiful out here, it's quiet, peaceful, a lot of serenity, tranquility. And again, there's not much out here. And if you had to survive out here, hope you have a bucket. I'm out here with my bucket. My name is Dave Bissell. I'm the creator, founder of Keep It Simple Survival, abc.com. Again, we're going to just go over a little bit of myself, and then we're going to take off with the bucket so I can show you a few things. I only got a few things to talk about quickly because I noticed the video is having trouble uploading because of the length. So, and it's more of a technical error than it is. And again, I'm not an expert at it. So let's just start off with me again. I am a single father with 2 children. I have raised with my 2 hands. And I personally went through some experiences in my life where I had to survive. And I chose to do that. You know, I could have chose to take a different path, but I didn't. I wanted to see what it would take. You know, I've had many things in my life, been through many experiences like y'all, and it comes down to what it is you want from this world, or what do you want to see. Like I said before, I got a little disturbed, and when I get disturbed, I take action. And you should too, on things that you don't like in this world, or things that disturb you. So my thought process came again from this on the form of survival, with people being homeless, people being on the corner of the street, people being jobless. You know, they don't know what they want, they're not sure where they're going, and they're not sure how to get there. So them having a chance or an opportunity to think that over, possibly on their own, is something that is significant. And so for me, this was to give them back a chance and an opportunity to decide that. You know, you can't force a horse to drink water, and you can't force a man to do something he don't want to do. But you can give him time to decide, deliver, and do it. And at the end of the day, that's basically what I did. So, you know, take it from someone who has been through quite a bit. And you don't have to believe me, I'm not asking you to. I don't judge things, I'm not a judgmental person. We don't have the right, I believe. I believe all women and men are equal, 110% for each one of us. And children as well, our future, okay? Things about me are my opinion, and you don't have to like me, you don't have to subscribe. I don't even believe I have one on my website. You know, I built it based on just the simple principles that we have today, and you place an order, we'll get back to you. It's in the preliminary stage, and I plan on making sure that it goes all the way. So let's start off with the simple bucket. As you see, it has a rope tied around it. And that rope can either go down a cliff like this, and you can untie it and get it down there, or tie it to a rock right here and rappel down, and with your bucket, and then either cut the rope up top, or loosen it in some way to get it back down, or you could just leave the rope there to come back up, so you know where you're at. And as you see, there's many places out there where you could be in the form of a disaster, which a disaster could be your house burning down, 5.6 earthquake in the middle of the day while you're at work and your children are at home celebrating spring break or something. It could be a hurricane coming in this August, you know, September, October, that you're not aware of. We're not aware of. We're not sure if it's going to happen. It could be a tornado coming in as well in the middle of our country. An earthquake under the ocean, the 70% of water that's covered this earth. You know, those things you can't control. We can control our reaction, but we can't control the Mother Nature in this great world of ours. And what you can do is be prepared. Be prepared for your family and for your reaction to that, and have them prepared. You know, whether it be your children, or whether it be your wife or your husband or your stay-home dad. I wasn't much of a stay-home dad. I had to go to work while my children were at school. And I had to make a living at that time. Although I was very creative when I was doing that. I would get off at 3 o'clock and pick them up and Like I said, I dropped them off at school in the morning, and I decided that that was my time. I had to go out into the world and make a living. You can do that too, by the way. It's not that hard. If somebody told you you can't, you tell them you can. If someone said that you're not good enough, you tell them you are. If somebody pushed you to the ground, you got to push back 10 times harder up, okay? These are things and principles that you must do. If you're at a point in your life where you can't make it or you think you can't, you can. Take the first step on yourself. Believe in yourself, and you can do this, okay? It's not that difficult, but you can do it, and I'm here to tell you you can, okay? So the bucket is to where it's fully waterproof, and you can see it practically with the reflectors on it. It's got it on all sides, okay? And it is made in the USA. It's got stickers all over it, and it comes sealed, so that way we know that it's good. And everything in the bucket can last a very, very long time. It's not like one of those packets that you have to open up and put something in for a while or anything of the kind. I don't believe water goes bad, and there is water in there. Everything else is dry fed, and to where you can, it has a shelf life of phenomenal years. Your phenomenal years, your family's phenomenal years, which that's what you need. So I'm going to twist the lid off after I already did the tape, and it's just a twist lid. You just twist it like this, and as I said before, you can use this. You can use this as a frisbee, shoot, even a plate. You got 4 sections here, you know, for your four food groups or something like that. Lots of different uses for this, okay? For right now, we're going to set it down right there for you to see. When you open the bucket, it's sealed, okay? It's sealed so that way we know that you know that it was packed and sealed and ready, so that way if you throw it in a river or a lake, it's fully sealed, and just in case it does get punctured in any way, that everything inside is waterproof, okay? And sealed waterproof, as in wrapped, okay? Twice. And that way, if it does get punctured, you have the ability to keep it, okay? One of the first things that I learned is water, hydration. We need water. And in the form of a hurricane, you know, the water that comes out of the sea and over the top of the Florida or wherever it's at, the water, you know, isn't that great to drink. You need something else. And so purified drinking water, which the Navy gives to their great people out there that serve for us, you know, they get this, and now you do. You can have the opportunity to get that as well, which is a must to stay hydrated. So one of the first things you need is hydration to get moving, to get your mindset correctly on what just happened in your life. Whether your house burnt down, like I said, a tornado came in and wiped your house away, whether a big flood came in and 10 feet of water came in and now you're floating on your roof. You can get on your bucket and it floats. Things that I thought about as I created it, okay? That's just the first thing. And you know, if you're in a place where you need to, like, it's dusty, like if in an earthquake, 9.5 earthquake comes in, a lot of dust hits the air, or if Mount Rainier was to blow and you can't breathe, you know, you need something over your mouth and your nose to filter all that dust away, so you don't breathe and try to turn around and breathe that into your lungs. That's not good. So I've learned that if you wet a cloth and you put it around your mouth and your nose, you can breathe pretty easy. And again, you can, you know, wipe the sweat off your brow and turn around and get moving. And that's basically why I put it up front top. Most of the things that are on the top are things that you might need to survive quickly first, and things that are in the bottom are for later that day. And the reason why I did that was because I wanted you to understand that, you know, I've tested the everything in the bucket, and it's still being tested today out here in the desert, just for your safety and our safety, and what we can put in the bucket, what's useful. Okay. And remember, I only have a little bit of time, so I'm going to have to go through this quite quickly. So you're going to have to maybe speed your learning curve up. And I don't know if the camera is actually speeding up as quickly as I'm talking, but I'm going to keep moving forward here. Okay. And again, we got water. Okay. And it is made in the USA. The water came from the USA, by the way. Everything usually in this box, or not usually, but I usually want to make sure, make it a must, that it is made in the USA and manufactured here in the USA to keep people having jobs. So that way we don't have a job shortage or an employment line like we had before. Again, this is enough water for you to stay alive for 30 days if you know how to drink it. 16.9 ounces, okay? That's what it takes for a human to stay alive. And if you drink this whole thing, You're going to have to figure out some more ways to do it. But as the form of survival, your job is to learn how to survive with what you have. This is what you have. Let's pretend, or if you will, if you can imagine, this is all you have at the end of the day. Your whole house got wiped away, or it's underwater, and now you got to start over. Okay? So more water could be used for cooking, could be used for many other things. Okay? And we keep going there, and I put a little coffee in there. And the reason why is because it says 5-star strong, and again, we kind of need some caffeine to get moving, get our mindset moving, and get our blood moving. And part of our blood movement is our heart is beating really fast, so you might not need it, but you know, at the end of the day, again, some people like coffee in the morning, some people don't. In a form of a disaster, you might need a little bit more in coffee. Okay, and we have MRE packs. They are for your family, and they're in there. They're sealed, okay, completely sealed. These will keep your family alive, and you don't have to eat the whole thing at once, and you don't even have to eat them in the beginning. I put them up there so you know where it's at, so you know that you have it in there and it's sealed and protected. So I'm going to need you to understand that I didn't put it up top because I want you to eat it right away. This will keep your family alive, okay, for food, and that's important. Protein is important when you have none. When all the cows are upside down because water had came in, or the horses, and your house. You need food. You can't go get all those jars you're saving in the cellar, and your cellar's filled with water. You can't go get that cow that's tipped upside down and try to chop it up and eat it. You can't do that. Okay? It's not a way to survive. So these are things that matter. And again, we got water, made in the USA. Okay. Again, you can use the water for the MRE pack. Okay. We have soap, and we have just a simple soap. Okay, to wash your hands, wash your baby's hands, your children's hands, or their face. Remember, if you just got out of an earthquake or dug your way out of a tornado, and you are covered in dust, and you are to where you don't have anything to wash up, to get your hands, you know, even if your hands are dirty. A little bit of soap sometimes helps a long ways. You can wash yourself up with this and use a little bit of your water, your rag, and go from there. Especially your children and your wife. Okay, so I'm only showing you these things because I want you to understand where I come from, and where I come from, it's all cornbread and chicken. This is part of that. Just simple things that matter when you are at a point where you need to survive, you need to stay alive, and you, like I said before, you can't just rely on FEMA all the time. You know, they're a big agency, but it is up to you. You are the consumer, and those guys are the protector. They protect us in many, many, many great ways. But same with our Marines, and they are already all trained to survive. So we can't send everybody through training, but we can give everybody a chance to say that it would take just a moment for you to understand why I'm making these videos and why I'm trying to get you to understand that if you buy a bucket, then I know personally that you're alive, and the day you do will be on your bucket. Okay, it's right there. The day this one was born. It's one of my first ones, and I know exactly what's in this bucket, and I know exactly where, if I was to go that way over that hill and through those hills over there, that I would make it to the very end. And those are things that matter to me, to know that. So when someone has that, they can carry that bucket as far as they can, and they have a seat to sit on. You can just put the lid back on and sit on it and go from there. They had to rappel down into a river with a rope to get to the other side of the river. And their food, shelter, water, security, and hygiene was all in that bucket. Okay? So, you know, there's lots of little things in here that'll help you survive. Here's some hooks made in the USA, again, that you can catch some fish with. Now, obviously, we don't see no water out here, no fish, but what else can I use it for? You know, you can make some traps and some bait and get some things that are edible out here. And hooking them like you can hook a fish is something that's good. And there is a fishing line in there. So these are things that you need. And it goes on and on and on and on from there. A simple dishcloth, okay? Simple dishcloth, or a dish thing that you can wash your dish with, that I showed you on the other video. So you can play Frisbee after you're done eating and have a little bit of laughter, you know, have some humor. The world's not going to end just because we get a disaster. It's going to begin. And our job is to create even more better things that we can all survive from. Okay. And so a match for heat, just a simple match, and there's many more heat techniques in there or stuff that you can create it from. But just a book of matches that is made in America. Okay, that you could create. Maybe it's a fire that you want warmth because water came in, and you want to create something to get some warmth from for your family, or you want to cook a little bit of food. And these are things that, again, that are very simple, that you can try to go to the store, put it all together, and hopefully it works for you. Or you can take the 5 minutes and say, this man put a lot of the thought into this, and I'm not selling you this because I want to. I'm telling you this because we need to have this thought process brought to a certainty for your family's sake, for my family's sake, and for the world. So that way we know that we will survive. As an American, we will survive. And you can bank on that now and take away that notion in your head that says, I don't know what I would do. You can go to work tomorrow, and like I said, if your family goes through a disaster, there's not much you can do besides hope that you got insurance and hope that they make it to the hospital, and hope is a great thing to have. But you still got to make sure that they do survive. So let's continue with what it is that it takes to survive. And I'm only going to go on a few more here because I don't want the video to turn around and not upload again. Okay? Let's see what else is in here. We got cups. Okay? Plastic cups right here that you can get that water and you can pour it in there. And whether it's soup, oats, rice, whatever it is you're doing, these are plastic unfoldable cups, sealed and protected, and that way you can turn around and have a cup of water, one that's not so big, I guess you'd say. So these are things that matter at the end of at the beginning of survival, and there is instructions, and you will have those that tell you what to do and how to do it and how much you are allowed to drink to survive. You don't know, it might take 30 days for you to get back into that house. The water might have to settle in 30 days, and you might even get another hurricane, second blast, or a second tornado to come through. And again, you can't say that FEMA is going to cover all 218 countries and 7.4 billion people. We just don't have that manpower yet, and it isn't up to them. Okay, it's what you can do today to prepare for your family's well-being, your family's alive. And this is just from me to you to understand that, I'm just a simple man that wants something changed, I guess you would say. Okay? So cups, they're very easy to unfold and fold back in and clean and go from there. Okay? You never know what you're going to need out here. Okay? And I want you to understand that there's lots of different things out here that you might need, might not need, and you got to come prepared. So even a simple bungee. Okay? Another simple bungee. Why would I might not need a bungee? You might get tired holding your bucket. Clip it to your belt, to your clothes, and there you go. You got something, or to a tree, so it's off the ground and it's protected. You can use it for many things. Put your child next to it, and he can't bungee away, or he or she can. And so, again, let's have a little laughter, so that way we can understand that, it is serious that you order the bucket for the one sole purpose to know that you love your family that much. And I'm going to take it as you do, because I'm a very positive person when it comes down to it. And I want you to understand that I know deep inside your heart you love your family, and I know deep inside your heart you want to make sure that you survive. And there is always going to be another day. The sun will come up tomorrow for us. And if somebody told you otherwise, you need to stop watching TV or something. Okay? Outside of that, there's not much we can control in this world besides ourselves and our reaction. Okay? The negativity is always going to be there, and you can always bury yourself in thought process over and over and over, and know that, oh gosh, I'm not going to make it here, there, or then some. You are going to make it, and we're going to assure you that you will make it, regardless of your house or if you even have a house. You can do this. There's not much to it besides the fact that says, you got to get up, you got to decide, you got to deliver your decision, and just do it. Or do it. Get rid of the just. Make it a must. Make it a first thing on your checklist on the pad of paper inside your to-do list. Okay? I love country, and I love our country, and I love our men and women that have fought tooth and nail, shoreline to shoreline, to protect our freedom. You do too. And if you are an American and you're here in this American land, great beauty of this country, then you'll understand my ability to do this. I don't, again, have a script. I don't have a teleprompter. I don't have some guy waving me telling me what I should say or shouldn't say. It's coming right off the cuff, and it's coming from my heart. My compassion is deep, and it goes a long ways, okay? And I want you to know that I appreciate you watching the video, and I am grateful that you do order the bucket. I will be greatly appreciative to know that your family is saved. You can put on there, I have a family of 5, and we live in California. My name is this, my address is that. And put your phone number on there or email, and I will gladly give you a call or email you back. And we can get started on saving lives. And that way, when a disaster of some sort does strike, we will be ready this time. We will be ready as a team, not as one individual person, okay? So again, this is a preliminary video. I'm putting it on there just because I have a laptop, and I'm not a person that has a big, Hollywood, I guess you would say, camera, and I'm not inside some big thing of Hollywood. That's not me. This is me, out in the wilderness, out in the middle of the great country we have. I like openness, okay, transparency, and again, keep it simple. Survival, abc.com. Always be creating destiny. Keep everything simple in your life. That way you'll want to live it, and love yourself most of all, first of all. And when you get up in the morning, be happy that you're above the ground that you're walking on. Be grateful that you can call your brother, your mother, your sisters. In fact, you should do that now. Give them a chance. Tell them that you love them, and you just called that 5 minutes you had today that you wanted to know how important they were, okay? Outside of that, again, I'll make another video, but we're going to start off with this, and we're going to go slow, because that's the kind of person I am, okay? God bless you, and I hope you guys have a fabulous day.